Hello, folks. Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. My name is Joel Duggan, and this is the Citadel. It is a survival Let's Play server where I do geeky stuff in Minecraft with my friends. And currently, we are hanging out in the medieval realm here on the server, and we've been working the last several streams on the keep at the top of this hill. And we're just going to keep on keeping on. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Hey, Lucky Boss. Hey, 10055. What's up, Milky Mallet? Good to see you all here right at the start. We have a friend sneaking up behind us here. Hold on. Where did you go? I heard you. Did you die? That's a pig. There's a skeleton somewhere. Maybe he didn't make it. Someone definitely shot an arrow at me, though. Anywho, this has been a really fun project so far, and we're going to just keep on keeping on. We've got, I do have to consider whether or not I want the courtyard here to be coarse dirt. I was thinking about this, like, we've got paved streets out here. It would make sense that this would also be like a cobblestone courtyard. So I might not do the rest of this as coarse dirt. The problem, of course, if you have a cobblestone courtyard or a stone courtyard and a stone building in Minecraft, they tend to look the same. They tend to look very similar. But the last time we were online, we were working on... Why is it so hard to jump up on this? We were working on this roof, and so I think I'll finish this off. I'll put in the rest of the slabs, and there's no stairs in it right now, but I'll work on the rest of this right now, and then we'll see if we can hook it up to a top floor. But I'm not entirely sure. One thing I think I will do, though, is we're going to switch to all slabs. I think that'll save us some headache later on. Especially in terms of just headroom in here. It'll make more sense. And this is technically supposed to be a wall. So it's not a big space up here. I just like the look of slabbed roofs so much more than I like the look of stairs and whole blocks. Where we can manage it, of course. Now, some of these are going to have to be whole blocks for it to work and look okay from the side. But I think if this was a room, it would be small, but I think it would be kind of cool to at least put something up here. Or we could fall down here. Oh, I missed the turn off. Oh, we ran out? We ran out. Oh, it can only do dark oak, right. Okay. I was hoping to do a different color on the roof, but I think we're going to have to be stuck with the dark oak, at least for now. Oops. We could do stuff like this along the way too, to give it a little bit of texture. And that might be something cool to do as well. But that's nice and tight. Now it looks like we're going to be pushing this section out farther. So this right here is going to be doorway into a hallway. And I want there to be across here. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to do this as maybe stairs. So it's only going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. I don't know what this would look like. Although I guess this becomes a problem because if you had water running down, then this is going to do some funky stuff. That was going right up to there. Yeah, so water would be an issue here. Unless this continued right along, which would give us more room inside, I think. Nope, not that way. It's getting kind of fun how lost you can get inside this build. Flying Gorka and Momcrafter. Hello, how's it going? Yeah, so we could probably open this up a little bit. I'm disappointed that it'll end up hiding the chimney if we do this. So I'm not really sure if this is the path we're going to take. I might want to come down a little bit lower. Get up here and make this a little bit taller. And I guess we should think about finishing the wall too. Seeing how this all connects. So what I'm thinking and what I'm wondering is that instead of having just a single tower here that's 7 by 7, what if this portion of the keep was actually a proper building? So rather than another tower here, where we have one right there, we could create a building here that's kind of shaped like an L. And that could be like a barracks or something. Because we've got this space down here that's not really used. And having the barracks off the kitchen sort of makes sense to me. Or servants' quarters. I don't know. It could be anything. But that would mean that a good chunk of it would be outside the wall. So we might have to move the wall over to here. Is this 7 or 9? 7. This is also 7, right? Yeah. Thanks for the lurk, Zero Fox. Always great to see you. Glad you're enjoying the streams. As well as Hunter 555. Man, I've got some new coffee. And I'm having a hard time with it. It can be very good, or it can be very bitter, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's a Guatemalan roast from Tan Coffee, Tan Coffee, here in Windsor, Nova Scotia, just down the valley. And I can drink it black, and normally I want like a little bit of milk in my coffee or cream, but I can drink this stuff black, and I'm really surprised that from one cup to the next, it's very different. that there. I don't think this tower is going to move. And if we're going to turn this into more of a building, we should probably think about how the wall attaches on the back of it too. I mean, all of this is within the city walls. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'd like it to keep it either 7 or 9. How many storage does the Citadel need? What do you mean, like, how many storage? I don't understand the question. How many chests do we have? I've lost count. Thanks, Man-Made. Yeah, I mean, I try to make things look like they make sense. I mean, I know Minecraft doesn't always make sense, but the motivation, and this is usually a good creative tool, like if you're kind of stuck on like how to build something or what shape it should be, if you think about it in a way that makes sense and hopefully will it'll inform the way that you design things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So from what level are we on? Someone asked me before how I like the Death Adder version 2, and I like it, but I find that the mouse button has a hard time, like the external buttons, the ones on the side, they're not super quick to respond. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the right height. So we can go up there and do the top part. Do we even have a way up there? I don't think we do. Guess we'll just jump down. Yeah, we should try to get a way up there. Oh, and I'm out of stone. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well, I guess we could always add some in here. Sure, we'll go with that. Do I have any fill? Yes. I'm hearing noises. I feel like there's a creeper nearby. I can hear the footsteps. That's actually really creepy. You know you're a builder when you go mining for andesite instead of diamonds? Exactly. I just save everything. I'm like a pack rat. So this is going to be a minimum of 3 thick because all the walls are 3 thick. And I'm going to go need some more stone. We might have to go on a bit of a shopping trip, I guess. So go get some more more stone and whatnot. Is the furniture mod pack or data pack? It's a data pack, actually. It's called Tables and Chairs from Chuck Chuck. I think if you type tables and chairs in chat, you might get a link. It's easy to find, though. You just do a search for tables and chairs by Chuck Chuck, you'll find it. Don't need this stuff right now. Keep that. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to go on a stone run. That is for sure. Don't think I've ever heard a creeper move. Oh, I can hear creeper footsteps. 100%. And I think I know where it is, too. I think it's in the ceiling here. There, right there. It's right there. Told you. We need to do a little bit of TLC in here, though, that we put a roof on it. Told you. Told you there was a creeper. All right, so this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. And then we've got these on the back. And then we've got these here. So where does this come out? Not bad. Could be worse. It's more than likely that we're going to put the door over here, though. Because I think that would be better. So technically, I mean, the wall could go to there. So it could be a nice wide wall in the back here. And then that tower has to be at least 1 block taller if we decide to keep it as a tower. This is where I think this could be, instead of just a single tower, this could be a rectangle building that actually goes straight to here. And then instead of having a roof that connects to here, it would just have a roof that would stop about there. Because I guess we would put the gable facing this way. I just don't know how tall to make it. So our ceiling in here would be that level. We'd want to go upstairs to the next level. Should be here. And then 1, 2, 3. That would be the roof. So we would start the gable on that section. This height, and probably in this position. Don't know what that would look like, but we're about to find out. I also think it would make sense, because there's not a lot of space here, for this to go back by another block or 2. So instead of being here, we'd put it out in this position. But then we've got this problem. We'd have to do one more floor. So I'm going to need to go sleep for a second here. Why don't I use a face cam? Because I don't think I need one. Are you here to look at me or are you here to watch Minecraft? It's also just another tech thing that can go wrong, and I like the casual nature of just being able to walk over to my computer and flip on the stream and play and not have to worry about being on camera. I also don't play a lot of games that involve any kind of dramatic reaction. Like if I was playing horror games, I could totally see why people that play scary games that make them jump, because that's part of the entertainment, right? Is watching someone, get the crap scared out of them, that kind of thing. I get that. All right, so instead of a square tower here, I think we're going to do another building. I think I might push it to be a little bit farther forward. Because I like this alleyway here. Sort of. It will end up getting wider. I should remember that. But even if it only comes to here, we'd want to bring it out to here. Oh, not there. That still leaves a weird section in here, but this just wouldn't have a roof on it. I think this is going to throw me off. So we're going to remove this. And maybe we can pull this wall through and create a little inner wall right there. That could be really cool. How's this looking from above? Yeah, I think I'm liking the idea of this even more as we keep going. So let's do this. Get rid of this. Or not. What bitrate do I use for streaming? Whatever Twitch recommends, 6,000. If you're getting some weird fuzziness, it's my computer. I deal with a frame stutter, unfortunately. It's got something to do with my processor or my motherboard, and it has something to do with the fact that these little pieces of software, like stuff for Razer mouse or Logitech G Hub that I need to use for my mic. Well, I don't need to, but I'm trying to use it for my mic because it's supposed to work. The problem is that these pieces of software lag my computer, and they shouldn't. So I have to deal with some frame stutter. But most of the time, Twitch being twitchy is usually the user connection. I have 100 megabits symmetrical, so it's not my internet connection. Why'd you do the details? Is because it's fun to build the details. I like the idea of the structures making sense, And no, it's not that no one goes in them. My server mates go in them all the time. This is a community build, so people can come and live in this keep if they want. There's definitely lots of places to put a bedroom. So the gables would be on the ends again. Do something like this. Just don't know if this is going to be too tall. I think that's actually going to look really good. Trying to get an idea of how this, what kind of impression it leaves. So it's going to cut the tower off, unfortunately. Maybe I don't want to make it that tall. Maybe we just do one story inside. So here we have to do 6 for the wall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wonder if doing it low like this would make more sense. And then we'd figure something else out for the wall. We'd have to do something else. So this would be, here. We could still do 2 floors if the top floor would have like a gable to it. I think that'll work. So if I was to put the roof on this, this is the wall height. Standing on the wall. So it's 1, 2, 3. I guess that would make sense, because then we could do that for the height of the gable. And I don't know, maybe these could be different heights. Oh, I missed. One of the nice things about chill streams like this is that, you know, you can just kind of go with the flow, build however you want, and everything comes together in the end. Oop, wrong. Oh, is this even? Oh, I did that totally wrong, didn't I? Did. Whoops. You don't go there. Why is this tower? Oh, I see what I did. That's fine. We could totally do that. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is supposed to be out here. They're diamond tools. I just have this a custom texture pack. Okay, there's that. How's that for height difference? I think that won't cover quite as much of the tower. It's a little bit harder to see. Is that the same height? How is that the same height? Did we make it wider? We made it wider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? Oh, I see the problem. I don't do base tours, Isikoff. Just hang around. I don't know very many streamers that just stop what they're doing when people start making demands in chat. It's a let's play. And it sounds like we're all playing together, but it's just me playing. So hopefully you enjoy the ride. Yeah, this is a little bit convoluted here. I've got some slabs. I can maybe put a slab ridge on this. It might look okay. Hey, Kendo, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. Let's just see what this looks like. Oh, come on. I don't know why they're different heights, but whatever. Yeah, that's not bad. It certainly makes the building feel more complicated, and doesn't cut off too much of the tower. I'd like to make it lower if I could, so we can try that too. Yeah, I like seeing something like that off to the side. Feels like a really cool. Yesterday we were talking about tangents and layers in visual layouts. And this to me is nice. You've got the dark roof. You get the dark roof up high in the background. You can see the tower there. And then you've got this other dark piece over here. So I like that. I think we just have to finish this tower, or at least we have to map out where the tower is going to be final. and then also figure out where this is going to be, how wide this alleyway is going to be. Because we can change this now that this is not going to go directly into something. We can put this someplace a little bit easier to get to. I feel like it's going to go like this. And then we'll probably start the wall. No, I guess we'd have to figure out where the wall's going to go. And that will affect, I think we're probably going to end up rebuilding at least this half of the front wall. I think what I like about this is the section that it leaves us in between. Hey, Sassy Koala, how's it going? So in between here, we'll have this roof come down. Then we've got this section here that's just flat. And I'm thinking we can just get rid of this. And we'd have to do something here for a roof. And I'm wondering if we could do something along here where this would come out like this. And then you could have something like this here. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the right height, because it's going to run into this issue there. It's not bad. We might want to maybe alternate those. So that means we might have to make it longer. Because there's no reason why we couldn't have it wrap around a little bit. Like if this went one more block, then we could make it, well, no, then that would be a weird tangent as well. I don't think that's going to be there on that corner. So this might be all okay. But then this is just the hallway. Yeah. First things first, I think we need to decide the size of this thing and the height of it. And I think it has to be that high. I think that's the lowest we can basically make it. Which is too bad, because I mean, I guess we could have the wall go right into the side of the thing, the roof. It would be interesting. Where is the second floor here? We're standing on what would be the floor. So instead of having this be a whole second story, we could have this story be much lower, which would line up, I think. No, I think I don't like the way that this looks from over here as much, but I think in the long run, it's just going to look better from all the other angles. So we're sacrificing one for the others. Yeah, you still get a very clear view of that tower from over here. We could also pump that a little bit taller if we needed to. Yeah, that's true, Diagonal. We could drop the stairs down too. You're right. So I think the measurements that I'm happy with are the measurements on the side here with the stone wall in the back. So, no, this way. This part here. This being 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I like that. So we'll go another 7 from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 is probably a better number than 12. This comes out by 1. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're going to go right here. Which is fine because then this gable will still overhang. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's the wall there. Didn't I just sleep like 2 minutes ago? I mean, obviously not. It's been 12, but still. Oh, thanks, John. It's cool that you've been here from the beginning, too. I'm glad that you were able to catch the stream. But yeah, I like how the tower is sitting there, too. A little cooler from this angle. I like this negative space, and I like this big negative space that we're creating. And I like this. I like the idea of, how this tower, this little small one here, is now between the dark and the dark. I like that, too. This I don't think is going to be here. This is going to be the wall. And this is just going to be a stone, kind of like, it's like a tower, but also like a house at the same time. Or a barracks or something. Servant housing, whatever it's going to be. So the wall is going to be only so thick. And I think we've basically been doing these stone edges to everything. So that'll look good over here. And this from the other side will be very vertical. Like it'll have a huge vertical piece to it. And these walls are all 3 thick. So 1, 2. That's fine. feel like I don't know if having that flush is the right idea. I might want to bring this out by 2 blocks. I guess it depends on how long the wall has to be. Because that's the other thing too, is that I'd like the wall to be nice and evenly distributed between bricks. But I think I might take my break a little bit early because we're out of stone. So we're gonna have to go get some. I have to go get some stone anyway. And let's just, that's what we need for there. Put a bunch of stuff away. I think my Electro needs repair too, yeah. So we'll do that. I also need more golden carrots. Yep. So that's coming with us. Don't need the glass. Nope, that goes over here. Okay, so we need stone for sure. We'll see if there's any andesite. Cobble, we're good. I know diorite, I've got diorite over here somewhere. Oh, I could use some regular basalt because all of my... Yeah, we'll bring... do I have an empty shulker box? We should empty this blue one here. So I'll have to remember to bring basalt. So that's on the shopping list. Stone is on the shopping list. What was the other thing? Andesite. Golden carrots. We're okay for rockets. I definitely don't need grass and dirt. We have that just elsewhere here in the realm. Oh. Spruce, but we have to grow our own. And dark oak we're fine because Cosmic dropped off a bunch. Yeah, okay. Cool. For those of you that are new to the stream, about once an hour, it's a little bit early right now, but about once an hour, I take a 5-minute break. I usually reheat my coffee, go grab a bathroom break, stretch, whatever. I'm going to do that right now, so you should too. We'll be back in 5 minutes though, so see you soon. All right. Now, someone asked earlier about server tours, which I don't do. However, we usually have to go get some resources. So if you've been around the server long enough, or hanging out on my stream long enough, then you will find that we often have to go get some things from the more developed parts of the server. And for fun, I thought we'd walk. Not all the way. Obviously, there's a portal that we'll take, but we'll walk most of the way here. Hey, Alistair McFly, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. I'm assuming a lunch break. And thanks, Kendo. Appreciate it. So these are the first two things that we built here. Haven't really walked this way in a little while. It's been at least a few streams. The portal shaves about 9,000 blocks off the journey. Actually, probably closer to 13,000 blocks. Subway. Now, there's a place I haven't eaten in a long time. How's Joel? Joel's okay. Still dealing with a frame setter with these new pieces of software. I think I owe you a text message too. I was out with Laura the other night, and so I haven't had a chance to reply to a lot of things. I find that a lot of times now when I'm taking downtime away from the computer, my phone is either off or in my pocket or on the other side of the room charging, and I miss things. Yeah, I wish the tech stuff here. The tech in the living room is going well. The Xbox and I got a Series X for those of you that don't know, and the new TV is great. Batman Arkham Knight does not look very good, but it's not the TV nor the Xbox. It's the game. The game should have been optimized for newer consoles, and they didn't. And that was, I think, a mistake on the developer's part. I downloaded Marvel vs. Capcom for Xbox Game Pass. It's terrible. It's laggy. It's not good. So normally we go into the Nether, but I think because of the specific things on my list, we're actually going to go to the modern city. So we've got these portals, big air quotes here, set up on the server at our ground zero. And they take us to several different build zones on the server. This is going to take us to the modern city. So here we are in the modern city. I need to do map. And then Southport. So you zoom out. And it's the very start of a modern city. We didn't get very far with it, but these things take time because the buildings are huge. But we have a big group storage system here, and this is where we can get a lot of our stuff for today. And andesite is here. We won't take all of it because I think, yeah, if the shulker boxes are empty, then that means the bins are usually empty too. It looks like these are empty too. Wow. All right, so that's good. I know I said golden carrots, but we've got a lot of chicken here. Or we had a lot of chicken here. So we're going to take that. Just because it means for a quicker stop. Basalt. Stone we got. Basalt. Where are we going to get? I don't know if I have basalt here. Probably not. That we'll have to go to the Nether for. chairs, spruce tables, birch tables, oak tables. Take those. I'll leave one. And I needed several of these. Don't think there was anything else. Just... Oh, we had to empty that. We'll do that on the way back. Basalt is going to be in the nether, and we'll go back to the main spot. So I was confused. I thought it was going to be Street Fighter versus Marvel. I wasn't paying close attention. There's a couple of Street Fighter people on the poster art for the game, and I thought it was going to be all of the Street Fighter folks and then Marvel folks, and that wasn't the case. I played it, and it was just the response from your controller was laggy, and it just didn't grab me. We need to go this way. It has 4 games. I'll have to look into it more. Deep into the depths. Haven't been here in a long time. Now we should have salt here. That'll do. I don't think there's anything else that we need. Good. Maybe we'll turn this... Oh, this is constant. Never mind. Oh, thanks, Momcrafter. That's a fun build. The Blackstone Halls. We will eventually come and finish it. I've got some storage around the corner here where we can dump a lot of this stuff in the blue bin. Recycle it for another day. So let's just fill our inventory with a bunch of this crap. Buttons. Sure. Actually going to leave some of these. Spider eyes? Do I have any spider eyes in here? The rest of this stuff we can actually probably use. Some of this we can use in the medieval zone, so we'll leave that. I guess that's fine. Walls. What do you think of a granite, diorite, and cobble underground house? Sounds like day one Minecraft. This is not Southport. Dartmouth Meadows. I wish it would distinguish based on your location, but it's based on just being in the overworld. It wants one map for the overworld, and then one map for the nether and one map for the end. All right. We'll fly back just to save a little bit of time. I do want to stop at the potato farm, though. Take an opportunity to empty this out. And that's heads, leads. Like the potatoes are over here. Go. I can actually put this away. Tables and chairs can go in here. We have oak. The oak ones. Dark oak. Salt. Ores. And furnaces. Go. And we've got pressure plates. Carpets. Room for that stuff there. And I think we're good. Cool. Realized about a week ago, switched to manual disable the prompts each time. Oh, on the maps. I was like, I'm not sure what he's talking about. Yes, on the maps. I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to feel like my little shulker island out here is far away from where I'm building. Now there's another box here, which has basalt in it. But then this box over here needed more basalt. Now we have our stone, and andesite is back. And then we can put these, I guess, here. Okay, so that kind of thing happens, I don't know, every other stream. I say once every 3 streams we have to go get more stuff. Usually how that works out. What I wanted to do here, though, was double check the placements of all of this. So we're going to put this here. So that works out quite well. If we needed to move it ahead by 2, in order to deal with this sort of situation. The other thing is that we could push this back. This doesn't have to be there. I feel like I wanted to knock the corner off, but we could also do the reverse. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on there? Right. Well, it's not to say that we couldn't put some sort of wooden structure here. I'm just thinking that if we knock this wall back, giving this corner of the build, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so this here should be stone brick. And I think this should be back to there. I like this being a too deep hearth, but it might mean that we have to do this. I feel like that makes sense and still feels not too claustrophobic. So all of this can go. And then this will come in here like this. Probably should be doing this with andesite, but we'll do it with stones now. This is also go. Nope, not that. And Marie was asking yesterday if you should still have plans to change for us to teleport of the command blocks. Change for use? I'm not sure what you mean. What's going to change? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. Wait a minute. Nope. That was wrong. Let's try it from this side. Goes here. Right. That goes there. And then across here. And then this goes in there. I think that works, which means we can take these out. And if we were to put them on the same level, we could either push them out, or we could leave them on the bottom. I feel like because it's part of the structure, we should do this sort of thing. So let me go get some stairs and andesite slabs. Oh, charge, not change, as in require currency like diamonds. Yes, I probably misread it. Charge, yes. I haven't really thought about it. We haven't done it yet. We thought it was kind of a neat idea to create some sort of economy on the server. People aren't using them. Yes, Momcrafter, I do enjoy having feather falling on my boots. Especially the netherite boots. Netherite boots have been great. Great for me. Realize that we didn't recharge the elytra, but that's fine. It's not like it's end of days. Let's see. Oh, all this way and I forgot to get stairs and slabs. The nighttime distracted me. So if we bring them out, they'll be flush with the wall. Don't know if I'm gonna like that. I mean, it's a small section, so it's easy to test. And I guess the idea would be that this would be something like that. And then technically, I guess we would have chop this out. I guess so this doesn't really matter. And then I guess we could maybe have this connect. Could be kind of cool. Again, I haven't totally decided on the height of this yet. I was hoping to get it a little bit lower. And we could still do that. We could bring this, well no, because if we bring that down, then that's going to be right in line with that. And it would make sense to have a door here. Of some kind. That's the line there. So we could easily have a door here. I must have just used, yeah, I guess I used the floor, the ground for the height of the wall. We could also drop the height of the wall. That's me. We should just do the wall straight through. So that means that means we can take a full block off the roof too. We just basically come down here, shave a hole. Oh. Somebody hears me. They're coming for me. I hear them dancing around. If you do bank sounds, Tukas, then you'll get a link to the Mambians. Oh, there he is. There's two of them. Run away. Oh, I thought I was going to get him. He die? I think he died. Nope. Got him. And where did you guys come from? Yes. Long story short, we can take out this wall here. And then this whole section could just be just straight up wall. Good. And this works out very nicely. We might keep this. Hey, Mattcast, how's it going? Good to see you as always. It is really quiet in here. That's fine. It's all good. I don't mind a quiet chat. That is the second level, so there's quite a lot of room between the first and the second. It's only in here where the kitchen gets lower. We've got room to play. I was hoping to have less of a problem sorting out the interior. So I don't need any of this. That's the wall, so none of this needs to be here. This is all garbage. And so is this. Okay. I don't mind that. It's a little bit strange here. I do feel like that maybe not the best kind of connection. So I might rip this off and see what this looks like straight. Nope, that's not the right way. So we pull this back and just do straight stuff here like that. What does that look like? A little bit better. That means we have to change this though. At least I think so. Good enough, I think. Not as nice, but it does play better with with the roof. Well, it's cool that you got a shroom light farm going, Mattcast. Thanks for the follows, Diosil and Potter, Jared as well. Really appreciate it. This is okay. I think I wish I could do it the other way, but it doesn't jive with the end there, unless there's a different way I could do it. I wonder if the slab would work okay. What if we just did that and then still not as cool. Wanted to try to figure out a way to do a single stream of bone meal into 4 different chest locations. Oh, is that what you're talking about with the item separator that we were talking about last time? It's hard to do. It's one of those things in Minecraft that's very tricky, is separating items evenly without having 4 separate bone meal sources, you know? That might be the easiest thing to do. If you can, what's your source of bone meal? Is it a farm? Is it a bone farm? Like, is it a skeleton farm? Because it's probably easier to separate the mobs than it is to separate the bones later. Unless you've got like a clock going that just like, if you've got 4 different directions and you have a clock that's going, that's like, puts a bone meal that way, bone meal that way, bone meal that way, bone meal, like, you know, you'd have to have some sort of like rotating thing. That's too bad. I'm disappointed with that. I kind of wonder, maybe I could push it forward instead of back. I wonder if that might solve the problem. It would give us more room here. So instead of having this here, it could be there. Kind of like that better. It won't solve the problem with that connection. We'll see. So if I move this all the way out to here, whoops. Means we would get rid of this. We'd get rid of this and that. And then there would be stairs here. And then these would be gone. This would also extend. Might have to do a double here, so it looks nice. I guess we could not even bother with a wall or a door. That's kind of cool. Oh, but then I don't like that. Right. So let's not do this part. No, it was better the other way. Worth a shot. Worth a try. Oops. Oh, come on. Take it easy, Alistair. Have a good rest of your day. I'm sure I'll be talking to you later. For those of you that don't know, actually, Alistair plays on the server here with me. And if you follow his link there in Twitch, you can see him do some cool... he's got like a medieval type area set up he calls Avalon. And it's got a lot of Stargate-inspired like beginnings, but then it goes into like a medieval sort of vibe. It's really cool. You should check it out. I'm not sure if that's going to be the best way to do it. Nope. I wonder if I could just pull this down. Yeah, I think that's okay. It helps a little bit. Mm. It helped a little bit until I couldn't figure out what to do with the middle. On the diagonal, yeah, I'll get there, man. I'm just working on the shape right now. I think that works out well. So here is where we could potentially bring the top of it down if it wasn't for... I don't understand why it's so tall over there. This is about the max, I guess. We could bring it down, and that's okay. I'm excited to have another dark oak gable on everything. That's gonna look great. We could take it down by using slabs on the top. That'll probably help a little bit too. We've got a block and a half here where we could just do a half slab. So here we could do a slab. We might change it up a little bit, but depends on if we wanted to do any kind of like decoration on it, but that'll be okay. Might as well put some stuff in here. Group. So I don't know about the slab. We might have to. We might still want things to be pointier. But again, that takes a whole block off the top of this. Grab all this stuff, and then we can just cross there. All right, so these, we just go stair, and then upside down stair, full block. Repeat that for the gables. And then we just do upside down stair that way. We're good. But now I need to sleep. Yeah, I'm not sure about Pocket Edition. I don't play. I only play Java. Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying the stream. So that is what that would look like. Hopefully it's not crazy tall. Let's see. This still feels the most important. It's good. The chimney is going to be a little bit strange. We'll have to change the texture of that to do something nicer. Rabelais, hello. Welcome on in. You know, that does make a bit of a difference, that one block. I like seeing more of the tower from over here. We'll have to put some sort of windows or something on the side of this, because otherwise it's going to look pretty boring. But I do like it. How good am I at redstone? Oh, pretty good. Done a lot of sorting systems. I don't do, like, computers or anything, but I certainly can hold my own. But I don't troubleshoot redstone. Like, I don't... If you've got a problem with redstone, this isn't the place. Oops. I don't know how much of this is going to be seen, so I'm just kind of like making sure all the visible blocks go all the way to the bottom. We'll landscape this stuff later. And we need to do this one correctly. Oops. I knew that was going to happen. First time watching your stream. You seem really chill and talented. Thanks very much. Appreciate that. I like to think we're pretty chill around here. And I'm an artist and a designer in real life, so that does help with the whole Minecraft building thing. Minecraft eating and falling off of things, not so much. Went too far. And this needs to be a stair here. Nope. There we go. That did it. That got it. I think that's about everything up here. That works out really well. I like that little outside sign wind, you know, going from one place to the other. Fill these in again, I think. That. Now, this obviously isn't going to be here. None of that's going to be there. This doesn't have to be here. We could totally go under the wall for more room, but we obviously have to think about the hearth. So we could just empty this out. Right to there. Because I think maybe having this be solid would make sense. This being the hearth and the chimney and stuff. So we want to fill this in here. Or I guess maybe we don't have to do that. Wait a minute, that's the wall. Okay, yeah, so that has to be there. So maybe we aren't super concerned about that. It all depends on how we want to do the stairs, and I'm thinking like we could maybe use this part here to be stairs, which would make sense, I think. But that means that this wall has worked out quite well, and it means that the outside of this is pretty final there. So I think as long as the wall looks good there, we don't have to think about moving this too much, because I liked the tower sticking out farther on this side than on this side because it makes more sense. And I don't think moving the wall is going to help that. So the only thing that we could do is we could add a small tower in the corner of this, which could house the stairs. And make it more interesting. But some of the reference that we've been using is pretty flat. What kind of stuff do I design in real life, you mean? I'm a cartoonist and illustrator. If you go to joelduggan.com, then you can see a lot of the work that I've done. Well, for example, if you're a Minecraft player and you've seen the MC Championship logo with the zombie on the chicken. I designed that. I designed the whole thing. I did the illustration for the zombie and the chicken, and then I did the graphic design for the MC Championship logo. Along with all the, like the little social media avatar and like all that little stuff. I did the whole package for them. I mean, they paid me. It wasn't volunteer. It was a job. They were great to work with. Actually, Nox Crew was and is a great client. So I think this is going to stay here. Feels weird, but I am going to pull this all the way down. Stone is cheap, so we'll just... It might get covered up, but that's fine. So that means that this is the plane that the wall will be on. Oops. Why is that on my hotbar? Yeah, I think that'll look cool. I think that'll look cool. We may want to add something on that corner. We may want to add something on that corner. We'll see. Gone from having not enough turret to having maybe needing to have some sort of tower right there. If that will work, because we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, maybe. Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. I'm glad that people are enjoying the stream. Really nice that we've naturally cloned up. Wow, I can't even speak today. Great that we've naturally accumulated about 70 viewers today so far. That's awesome. Speaking of, if you're new, I take a break about once an hour, and it is time for that break. It means that more coffee must be had. So while I go make coffee, grab yourself a snack, do whatever, give a stretch, step away from the computer, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. All right. The coffee is being made. I'll have to pop over to the kitchen and get some more, but I'm really liking the look of this sheer wall because we have reference. See if I can find it here. Switch over to Chrome. Don't know if it's going to show up. Hold on. The old properties. Nope, not that one. There we go. So if we go back to my castles, castles, we've got this painting by Andreas Rocha that we've been loosely inspired by. And I really like the way that this looks. So we've got similar. Obviously, we've gone a different route on a lot of things, but I like these long lines. So I think we're doing okay. Again, everything tends to be a little bit more squat in Minecraft, but that's fine. Made blueberry pancakes, and they came out perfectly. Nice, Rabelais. Did you use the recipe that I share in the Discord? I think it's pinned in the food-driven human section. I had to use GF mix. Okay, well, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I think along here, we'll add in a little more of the andesite. Maybe have it come up there, maybe. And then the same thing over here. Oops. Not a stair. I want that. So I've made the walls all 3 thick. I don't know why I've not made the walls 3 thick on this building. So I might have to rethink that. These are just singles. It's a hard lesson to learn, but you do get a lot more detail in your builds if you can do your walls 3 blocks thick. It just makes everything so big. Like you have to plan massive areas. All right, let's go do a little bit of a view check. See how things are looking. Yeah, we might want to change the pattern a little bit. Obviously just the first crack, but we also could go with that kind of pattern too. Although this doesn't look terrible, all stone. It could use a little bit of texture, but need a lot. Ginger, hello. How's your day going? Yeah, that is really plain. We'll have to do something. Windows or something. I guess that means that we now know that this is going to be this level. Actually, I guess I could have stayed there. Doop. Go around the corner. It's such a simple way to do a battlement on a tower, and it's really effective though. Don't think we have enough stone stairs. Be in here. I'm sure we will use them. So close. Making things player scale generally requires them to be shorter. I don't know about shorter. I just find that because the walls in Minecraft, because everything is so thick, you know, like you can't do a wall that would be thinner than a meter, you know? I mean, you can, but with trapdoors, but you can't really do very useful builds and easier to manage builds with anything less than these big 1 meter thick blocks. And so if you're going to make your walls 3 block thick, then you have to think about how tall the thing is going to be and how much room there is inside. And so you end up with, instead of just like a little 9 by 11 house, you end up with like very quickly you end up with like a 15 by 17, which is probably larger than you wanted it to be. Sweet. And then we just need slabs. You don't have. Grab some more andesite slabs. Boop. And then I guess we can just kind of randomly pepper these around. Wow, that's loud. Coffee's ready. Not going to miss it. I don't know if I added this over here. I didn't. We should do that. Whoa! Rocket was too strong. Yeah, I feel like we could use the same sort of thing here. doesn't infringe on the build too much, although it's a little tricky over here. Don't know if I like that there. Maybe we'll just do section. Yeah, I feel like that's fine. We might even be able to just get away with just going around to the corners. I think that's okay. I didn't like the stone wheel here touching the slab, bugging me a little bit. All right. I need to go pop over and get that coffee. So just give me 1 minute to do that. I'll be right back. Whoops. Wish you could grab them before they went away. Cool. I'll be right back. Okay. Again, thanks to everyone for being here this afternoon. This is now, I want to say, the third stream in a row where we've been up in the 70 to 100 range. We're at 90 viewers right now, and that's awesome. I haven't yet had the statistics to apply for partner, but the last thing that's needed is an average stream attendance of 75 viewers. And in 2021, we're starting to kind of lean that way, which is fantastic. I really appreciate it. Discovered something I'm sure everybody else knows. Light shines through walls. Accidentally made my build better yesterday. Yes. Also, light shines through the cracks and stairs, which I find odd, but has made this build much nicer as well. Because when we go inside the main hall here, there's like light that creeps into the rafters right there in the corners, and it highlights the scaffolding work that we did. Okay, so I think that's the tower almost done. We just have to put the outside on it here. Probably do that this way. So this needs a little bit of love. Down like that, maybe. don't think there'd be an issue with having a door there. It would make sense, perhaps. And then we have to do something we do about these doors. It's like a combo wall thing that I like. Hold on. We need to go find this. Did it way early on. It's 2 solid blocks. That's the part I always forget. Solid blocks with stairs in between, and then walls holding up the solid blocks. Solid blocks, walls in between. And then we'll do probably andesite and cobblestone. I guess we'll use dark oak. I don't know. Zatian, Pumpcraft, Ivy Apple, Weeft, Brian Boy. Thanks so much for the follows, folks. Very much appreciate it. CJ, did I say hi to you? I think I said hi to you when you came in. Hey, Big Bad Wolf, hello. And wife. Is it wife or weef? Just so I know. Sometimes Twitch names are hard. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I'm glad that you're enjoying the content and that you want to see more. We've been using andesite across places like this, but I think maybe that's better off here. Although, not really sure. Let's go with bricks and cobble instead. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think that's fine. I think the only thing we'd need to do is obviously put some sort of like a little rain thing on it. A little roof. I would say we'd have to do probably stairs, I guess. And then I'm not sure what we would do there. I guess we just do more andesite. These feel really large, and I've ran into this before. I think what I did over there was, I think we used like a different trapdoor technique. Hold on. Yeah. So stairs with trapdoors going down the side. And I don't know if I want to do this with, I guess dark oak makes sense. This is where I wish we had, I mean, obviously you don't want to get into like 8th blocks in Minecraft, but it would be nice if we had something that would create a better shape. I don't like that. What if we did stairs the whole way down? That just looks massive. What if we don't gable it? That might be a solution. What if instead we did this? Crap. What if we don't put a roof on it at all? if we made it look like it was part of a larger structure? Hmm. I really don't know. The solution might be to just recess the door. Actually, that's not bad. A little better. Wonder what that would look like if that was all wood instead. That's not bad. I think I'm okay with that. Someone yesterday was talking about tangents. This is what I would consider a tangent. This line coming down and like lining up with this other texture change. Easy solution is just pop that up. Removes the tangent. Actually, I don't mind the fact that it mimics the front door. That's fine. All right, so a little bit of light in here so it doesn't become a mob farm. And I guess we just have to figure out how to get to that floor, which means we have to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would imagine we would have to go up in this direction. I should use spruce. Be up, 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 up. Yeah, okay. We could do that. Thank you, Elkhorn. Appreciate it. Actually, tangent CJ in math is very similar to like what it is and what it looks like are very similar to what it is in art too. But yes, it was a visual tangents when two things are touching one another visually but don't touch one another in space. Or, specifically that you can do either or, but we were specifically talking about the ones that give the illusion of depth being lost. I don't think we'll need those. And we'll bring them anyway. Never heard of this kind of tangent, so I'll go over it real quick, but basically this is a tangent. Right? They're all on the same plane. But if I bring this out here, and then we line things up visually, that to me is a tangent that you don't want in Minecraft. Because while right now we can see the perspective line here on the ground, that indicates that that stone is farther away than that stone. If you look just at this section here, like forget the ground, if you look just there, it's really hard to tell which one is closer to you, which one is farther away if you're looking at just this area here. And that's why I don't like it when things like touch visually, you know, in terms of design. Like, for example, if looking at these two towers, most of the time they're offset, right? Like you really don't get the sense that there's a lot of things overlapping, or that you want overlap rather. What you don't want is things that line up all the time and have like visual things touch. For example, this would be a bad screenshot, right? Because these things are getting, they're bleeding together. That's a much better screenshot because then you have negative space separating out the two towers. And so I see that kind of stuff happening in builds and in textures. And so the other kind of tangent that I don't like in Minecraft is this one. Like that kind of corner tangent when it's not meant to be there, is kind of distracting. I used it. So here it's intentional. Like I'm trying to speckle, you know, and that's fine. You know, for example, this door opening and this this stone block there feels like a tangent. I'd much rather swap these two and have it look like that, so that the corner, so this has its own space to exist and this has its own space to exist, and they don't try to touch one another. If that makes any sense. So what we're going to do here is I think we'll go up a platform. Or maybe we can do the platform in a half bit. This was working well for us in the other tower. Stairs. And slabs again. Ooh, how about that? Feels a little bit tricky. I don't mind that the stairs are there. I just feel like this is really close to the door. How can we do this in a way that doesn't feel so claustrophobic? This won't get us quite to where we want to be. Oh, it'll be okay, I think. We can do this. That's fine. And actually, I think maybe here we could do trapdoors. If I go get them. I don't remember statistics. I didn't take a lot of that. I took like maybe an elective in college one time. That was it. Oh, you're welcome, CJ. Happy to share. It's actually, sorry for slurping my coffee. It's actually one of the most common mistakes I see with young artists or new artists is tangent work. That's usually the situation. Nope, this way. I guess we could just leave it. Maybe what we do instead is have the landing actually in the floor. So we'll do, well, this whole thing could be stone floor. Oops. Not you. We'll come back with texture this later. Famous last words. This, however, I'm going to do, well, doesn't really matter back there. That is going to switch. And we'll make this. Don't know which direction I want to make that. Actually, let's switch that out and we'll do 2 full blocks. And then here we'll do the stairs. I'll have to get rid of this stuff. Go. Now this needs that. Needs that there, and do the same thing there. And then we need some sort of pole going up the middle. And I would say we could probably get away with, oh, I didn't bring any regular oak. We've been using oak a lot, which has been nice. The order that you build is weird. Why is it weird? What about it is weird? Weird is subjective. Art major for the same reason? Nice. Zero Fox, did I know that you were an artist and an art major? I don't know if I knew that. That's really cool. So I'm thinking we do this. Makes sense. Ta-da, staircase. I'm okay with that there. We're going to put another one there, another one there. Low ceiling, but that would be expected, I think, in a situation like this. We may also want to move these, although I guess we can't. I guess these doors have to be here. So we might have to do something here. Feels a little bit close. In a world where the soldiers would not ordinarily be 6'6". Yeah. Well, I mean, you're 1.8 meters tall in Minecraft, and that's pretty tall, even for today's standards. It's certainly taller than the average, I think. Nice that we have a way up here now, which means we don't need this nonsense. Suppose I should wait and do crap. Don't know where you came from, but you were here. Surprised more damage wasn't done. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to pull the andesite down a little bit. I don't want it to be quite as high. So we'll just do this. Oh, I'm out. Drop from the parapet. Yeah, makes sense. One of those days where the brain fog is real. What was I want? Oh, right. While we're here, make sure we have enough stone. Don't think we need the walls. Looks like a reindeer hoof to me. Hand. My reindeer. Oh, like if it's a bare hand? Oh, I can sort of see that. Yeah. So let's go there. Oh, those were meant to be andesite. There. Not bad. Well, maybe add a little bit here. Maybe we'll just add like a random one floating there. Same thing here. Yeah, that sort of fades off a little bit. Reason is that I don't think I want the outside wall to be entirely andesite, because it's going to be a lot of andesite. It was F3, F4, Big Bad Wolf. This one? So you hold down F3, and then you tap F4. I use it all the time because I'm OP on the server and I use it to take screenshots for thumbnails for videos and for Twitch. So around here, I feel like we're going to want... don't want it to be andesite all the way down because that's just going to be expensive. But the andesite would be at about that level. So what I think I want to do is try and come in here and maybe try to create a little bit of a dip. Oh wait, I'm far too far away. So if we go up here and do the same thing, from about maybe lower position. Go out 2. Be down by 1. Actually, I got a little bit too carried away there. But it's fine. We can look at this. Let's go over. That's probably fine. Change all of this back. Again, we can always reclaim this later if we decide that we're going to cover it up. I don't know what the inside is going to be. We'd like to make sure that we've got some decent player storage here on the server, and I think the player storage for this area is going to be in this hole under the ground that we're building. There's an entrance from the kitchen. I'll show you after. There's the torches go up into the inside of the build. So there's spots there. Take advantage of. What I should do is leave access here, at least for now. I was thinking about putting like a storm drain or something, but I don't know whether that would be like too much of a weakness. Whenever I think about putting a storm drain in a wall, which makes sense, I always just think about Helm's Deep from Lord of the Rings and just like, that was a mistake. They should not have done that. I mean, it was essential for the drain for the fortress, but it made for a lot of trouble for Theoden, right? Yeah, that might look okay. Probably use a few more torches in here, though. So all of this has potential, including like there's a. So yeah, here's the stairs. So like this could be our player storage system down here. Definitely large enough, right? A lot of fun. I don't know if it's quite large enough to have a water system, but we might be able to do. I mean, we could certainly dig out more. I'd have to set up a beacon and really clear out some space, but it's possible. Actually, every castle had a small back entrance bigger than a drain. Yeah, that makes sense. There's other places where we might put it, but we'll see. We shall see. And again, it's more of like a would it be cool in Minecraft as opposed to like would it be practical in real life. I'm trying to think about the builds as far as informing my decisions as being practical, but there's definitely some decisions that are just like, well, this just looks cool. You know, we'll do it that way. Very Minecrafty things like having a map wall here eventually, that kind of thing. But we'll get there. I keep on missing the turn off for the stairs. Let's see what this looks like from the outside. Starting to look like a keep. Starting to feel pretty solid. I'm digging it. I am currently on hour 3, which means I need to take a break. So I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to be streaming for just a little bit longer, but hold on to your butts, and I'll be right back. If you're new to the channel, I take a break about once an hour for 5 minutes, but you should too. Get a stretch, grab a snack. See you in just a few. Right. Back again. And I think what I want to do is focus on finishing up this roof and finishing up this wall. There's just a few more things to do here, and then we're good to go. Whoops. Oop, 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 oop. Nope. Get up. There we go. Nope, not that. We can do some textures and stuff later. I just really want to focus on make sure the form factor is done. I find with textures and stuff, I'll get better ideas after I walk by the build a few times, but I mostly want to do, I'm trying not to do too much of anything in the town to the point where everything is like finished. Like I just want to try and space everything out so I'm constantly improving the town as a whole. And I've spent at least 4 or 5 streams. It's a little bit perfect, but we can fix that. At least 4 or 5 streams on these on this keep in the middle of the town, and I'd like to try and move on to some of the walls and the towers and a few other plans that I have. But having this place set up now for a potential player storage, which would be great, I think, for encouraging other people on the server to come and hang out. What kind of music do I listen to on a regular basis? I would say a lot of classical stuff, but mostly movie scores. So some of my favorites have been things from the Avengers films, but also John Williams, and I really like, I can't remember the name of the composer. I really like the soundtrack to Wonder Woman. It's a very good soundtrack. That's looking solid, despite the giant hole in the bottom. That's fine. We need that for later. Soundtrack to what? All kinds of things. I do a lot of training, like a lot of working out, running and stuff. Although I've been lax since Christmas, but I like things that are pretty upbeat. So any kind of like action chase from a Captain America movie, or very upbeat, triumphant stuff from. I'm just trying to think about what the Avengers theme is good. I like a lot of Iron Man stuff. Iron Man stuff is very aggressive, so that's good for working out, tearing around town. I did not like the film, but the latest Mad Max movie has some very aggressive music composition. Okay, so that's the wall, I think, finished. It's just a matter of getting the roof in. Oh, I missed a spot too. That's fine. So we need a lot of dark oak, stairs, and slabs. Don't think we need too much of, well, we'll keep some of this. And grab some dark stuff again. Half trapdoors. I need whole blocks. It's weird how I've stopped calling these planks and I refer to them as whole blocks instead of slabs. It's weird. Pirates of the Caribbean, actually, great soundtrack. That was on my running mix for a long time. Can't remember the specific track, but it was a pretty upbeat. So you're a pirate or something. The main theme, like the main. I guess technically it's a march. CJ, you can maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but it was pretty good. I like it. He's a pirate? I think so, yeah. So we may do something to add some texture to this so that it's not just this plain roof. Goes there. Don't know what that could be. We might end up putting some windows or something in this. I have no idea what the inside is going to be like. So we'll change the outside based on what the inside's going. This looks like it's wrong. That's better. I do always find doing stairs like this a little bit tricky. You fall off. Apparently a neat way to add texture to roofs like this is to every once in a while throw in like a full block where you have a stair. It's supposed to add like a little texture to it, but haven't really decided how I want to texture the bulk of these roofs, so for now, we're doing it the old-fashioned way. This is a pretty large roof, so we might want to... I have stairs already? I am. We might want to break it up in the same way that we broke up the main hall. I don't know if we'll use stone to do that, but we definitely want to do something. I don't need the cobblestone. Do. Yeah, so we've got fairly large roof here, and this we broke up with these strips of stone, and so it makes this texture, even though it's all the same, makes it a little bit easier to deal with. So here, I don't know what we're going to do. Oh, thanks so much, Lift Chris. Appreciate it. Do you add all the recipes to Stonecutter? Most of them. I haven't done all of them because it's just tedious. It's worth it though. It's a great data pack, and I'm going to be putting it out to Infinity Cove, the patron server, when it is ready. And it's easy. It's just time consuming because you have to go through all the boxes and check sure that you've got all the things, and then, you know, put each log in the thing in the game and just double check it. So, well, there's that roof done. So now we really get to see what this looks like when you come in to the town from other angles. So it needs something, right? Like that's really interesting. This is small. This is smooth, but it's made interesting by the tower. But this is pretty dull. Now there is going to be a chimney in there at some point. But that's looking pretty not. I don't want to say boring, but it definitely needs something. I like in this reference. See the little windows right along the edge of the roof on that piece right in the center. I liked it. Maybe something like that would look good. Like a bunch of little windows all along there. That could be cool. And obviously we're not going to have this be so perfect. We'll mess that up a little bit, make it look a little bit more natural. And I'm going to put a gable on it just like that. Just do the same thing. But I think that looks good. I think I like it feels like you're walking into a complex now, right? It feels like there's a lot to it. Especially if you look at it from this angle. Like there's just a lot going on. Haven't sorted out the kitchen yet. I didn't want to do the chimney because I wasn't sure where or how this was all going to work. Oh, there's where all the mobs are. We forgot to put torches in here. Do I have some? I do. So yeah, we need to sort out, I think next stream we'll do the kitchen next, which is this room here. Leads down to the basement, which now has lots of room for storage. We can figure out the pantry, which will be in here, and finish off the back wall, and figure out what we're going to do for the inside of this structure. I don't know. There's room for at least 2 floors. Like, we definitely have room for 2 floors in here. Especially if we drop this down by 1. There's lots of opportunities to do stuff, plus the high roof. I just don't want it to be completely boring on the outside. We also have this space here, which I think could be really fun for like servants' quarters or something. And then we've got access to the wall here. Like, this really kind of came together quickly today. I'm quite impressed. This feels less of a problem now that we've kind of made this stick out a bit. I am not a fan of this tangent, but sometimes you're just kind of stuck. This is what I mean by all these tangent things I was talking about today. Sometimes you're just kind of stuck with how that works. We might be able to change this a little bit to make it better. Like, if I switched these up and had this here and the stair next to that, it wouldn't be so bad. But we'd have to change the order in how this moves. So we can toy around with that next time and see what looks good. We might have to do something like a frame here. Turn this into a double door instead of a single. I don't know. We'll figure it out. However, I have to go. I've got some other plans to get to today. So if you have enjoyed this stream, all 100 plus of you, holy smoke, what a fantastic turnout. Then please leave a follow before you take off, because you'll get a notification via Twitch the next time that I go live. You can also follow me on Twitter at Joel Duggan. Very easy to do. And I also tweet whenever I go live. So depending on where you like to hang your notification hat, you can show up here and have fun with us on stream. I usually stream Saturdays and Sundays. The more support I can get, though, the more I can stream. So if you'd like to help out, check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan. It's $2. It's less than 200 bits, and it is less than the price of a cup of coffee per month. You get access to the Discord. You help increase the base level support for my work here on stream, and I would truly appreciate it. And of course, if you have a Prime Gaming sub or Tier 1, if that's how you'd like to roll, you can absolutely do that. And that will also get you access to the Discord. Prime subs and Tier 1 subs get access to the same Discord. So everybody has a good old time. We talk nerdy stuff all week long. And I talk nerdy stuff on Mondays with Pixel Riffs on the Spawn Chunks podcast. And we are going to be talking about all kinds of cool stuff tomorrow on that show. So check that out at thespawnchunks.com. You can also listen to my other free podcast, The Citadel Cafe, at thecitadelcafe.com. And this is normally where I would raid somebody. I'm not going to do that, at least not using Twitch. However, Cosmic Dancer, one of my server mates, a good friend of mine, and an incredibly supportive member of my community, is streaming for the very first time today. Here's the thing, though. You can't tell her you're coming. Don't pile into the chat and be like, raid, we're here to do crazy things. Just go over to Cosmic's channel and quietly watch, and then maybe chime in and chat now and again. So don't overwhelm her, but she's so awesome, and I really want to show her some support, but I don't want to throw her a raid of like 100 people on her first day. I think she would maybe murder me in my sleep. So if you're interested in a very chill, very new streamer, then check out twitch.tv/cosmic_dancer. I'll put the link in the chat, and you can go over and just quietly, like, ninja raid. Don't say anything, just kind of show up. So it's twitch.tv/cosmic. Oh, look, Minipax has got the link. I was going to do it myself, but Minipax has got the link already. Thanks so much, Minipax. So everybody, just go there. I'm just going to end the stream. Go over to Cosmics. Be nice, be kind, be supportive, but don't tell her I sent you, and don't be loud. Just kind of show up. Okay? Shh. I'll see you folks later. Bye for now.